Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaః Hari Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaಃ Gurave Sarva Lokanam Vishajaiva Yoginam Vidhe Sarva Vidyanam Shri Dakshinamurtaye Namaಃ Shruti Smriti Purananam Adayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Shankar Yoga Shankaram दक्षिणामूर्ति समारंभां शंकराचार्य मध्यमां अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः ओम श्री मात्रे नमः नमस्कार. Today is a great blessing for all of us to do smarana, to think and listen and talk about Devi during the Sharada Navarathri in the Sannidhi of Sharada Ambaal and in the Sannidhi of Adi Acharya Jagatguru Adi Shankaracharya and in the Sannidhi of Mahasanidhanam Shri Bharati Tirtha Mahaswamigal and Mahasanidhanam Shri Vishekara Bharati Mahaswamigal. Today, the topic taken today is Karunaa Kataakshi, which is about beauty of Ambaal's eyes as described in Lalitha Sahasranama and Soundarya. The Nirguna Parabrahman takes different forms as deities for bhaktas like us. And if Karunyam, compassion, took a Swarupam, that is Ambaal Adiparashi. In Lalita Sahasranama, there's a Nama, Abhyaja Karunaa Murti, a Nama comes. Amba is full of compassion and power. When Bhakti started reciting making stuti on Lalita Ambaal, Lalita Sahasranama, they thought, what is the supreme quality of Ambaal, highest quality of Ambaal that we can introduce her with? And they thought, it is a matritvam, motherhood is the supreme quality of all. That is why we started Lalita Sahasranama with the Nama Shri Mata. Ambaal herself likes her motherhood more than anything else. But if you see, motherhood is in every species, be it birds, animals, human beings, everyone has motherhood. They say, mother bird, even though if it is starving, it will look for worms, food for bird eggs, and then stay will pick up it in its beak and come and feed the birds, even though it is starving. That's a kind of mother's love. But how long a mother will remember her children? Say a bird, maybe for a year, until the birdlings fly away. After that, it hatches more eggs and more birdlings come. It's the humans who remember the longest about their children, that is for this entire Janma. A mother always thinks about the welfare of the children, well-being of the children. But who was a child in previous Janma that we don't know. And who will be our child in the next Janma, we never know. But Ambaal is Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Janani. There is a Nama in Lalita Sahasranama, Aneka Koti Brahmanda Janani. She is the mother for all of us, not only for this Janma, for all the Koti Janmas that we took, and the Kalpa Koti Janmas that are coming up. Not only for us, but all the Jiva Rashis in this universe, for all the Janmas that they are taking. So what a kind of mother she would be. She is the mother full of compassion, karunya, love and affection for us. And if we talk about karunya, generally it is the eyes that express our feeling. They say face is the index of our mind. And eyes is the index of face actually. Your eyes tell what mood you are in, like you are happy, sad, or excited. Your eyes will reflect. And Ambaal's eyes are always brimming with compassion and karunya. So it's our humble attempt today to all of us to think and meditate upon Ambaal's eyes as described in Lalita Sahasranama and Soundarya Lahari. Lot of sutras, lot of stutis talk about Ambaal's eyes. Adi Shankaracharya in Soundarya Lahari, he's wrote 10 slokas just on the eyes of Ambaal out of 100. And Mukha Kavi of Kanchipuram, of the Mukha Panchashati, he wrote the 500 slokas about Ambaal. He's written 100 slokas just about the eyes of Ambaal. It's called Kataksha Shakata. Ambal's eyes are so powerful and so compassionate. So, the Nama in Lalita Sahasranama, the very first talks about the beauty of Ambal's eyes is Vakra Lakshmi Parivara Chalantinatha Lochana. Amba's face is like Aishwarya Prabha. The Kanti that is coming out of her face, reflecting in our face, it's full of Lakshmi Karam. It looks like a Prabha, it looks like a river. Acharya takes his very strength from here to Soundarya. Often when we read Soundarya and know its meaning, we think it is the direct passion of Lalita Sahasranama, but only the order is jumbled. So, Acharya takes his Vakra Lakshmi Parivara straight to Soundarya as Bala Soundarya Lahari. Ambar's face is an ocean of beauty where the beauty comes waves after wave after wave. That really means waves. So, her Balaram, her face, when it is like a river or a pravaha, a river or ocean will always have fishes, right? Her eyes are like two fishes which are always moving in the river. Chalan, Nina, Halojana. Means fishes that are always moving in water, her eyes looks like the fishes. And we have a Nama in Lalita Sahasranama called Dolakshi. Dola means moving. That also signifies her eyes are always moving like a fish. Generally, there are a lot of Ambal names which describes her beauty of eyes. A lot of Swarupas have gotten their name after the beauty of Ambal's eyes. But if we have to think of a divine triad, three Ambals who got their name after the beauty of her eyes, a very famous three Ambal Nama if we take, it is Kamakshi, Meenakshi and Vishalakshi. Kamakshi means, Ka means Saraswati, Ma means Lakshmi. One who has Saraswati and Lakshmi as her two eyes is called Kamakshi. And Kama generally means desires. One who can fulfill all our desires just by seeing her. Her eyesight is enough to fulfill all our desires. That is also a reason she is Kamakshi. And one who gave Manmata, Kama, the rebirth just by doing it. Haranetravi Sandalaka Kama Sanjeevan Aushadhi. Her eyes became an Aushadam so that Manmata could take a rebirth. That is why another reason she is called Kamakshi. Meenakshi means her fish. Her eyes are fish-like eyes. It looks like fish. That's why Meen means fish in Tamil. So she's called Meenakshi. And Vishalakshi is one who has eyes very broad eyes. She's called Vishalakshi. So, does Kamakshi's name come in Lalita Sahasranama? Remember? It does. Kamakshi Kamadani. Vishalakshi's name also comes in Lalita Sahasranama. Vishalakshi Virari. Meenakshi's name doesn't come in Lalita Sahasranama or even in Soundarya Lalita. But how would Acharya or Bhakti have left out Meenakshi, who's Loka Prasiddha, who descended to earth and ruled Madurai as Maharani, and she's a Varaprasadini? Would Bhakti and Acharya leave out like that? They have left out, but they are telling in Shuchana way, in an implied way, in the slokas. And that Nama is Chalantina Kalochana. Ambal's eyes are like fishes, denotes. It is denoting indirectly Madurai Meenakshi Amba. Where does it come in Soundarya? First, where Kamakshi, Vishalakshi's names come in Soundarya. Acharya says in his sloka, Kanchi Dama, Karikala Bhakumpastananata, Parikshina Madhye, Parinata Sharat Chandravadana, Thalubana, Pasham Srimapitana, Karatalai, Pasta Rasta, Puramati Pura, Rushika. So, Acharya, very first time in Soundarya reveals the Swarupam of Bhagavad is actually seen. In a few slokas before this, Acharya says, the Swarupam I am seeing doesn't have a Bharata or a Abhayahasta. And this is the sloka where he reveals what is Ambal having in hand. Dhanu, Bana, Pasham, Sri. That is a sugarcane bow, 5 cover arrows, Pasham and Manusham means a noose and a board. So, These four things are exactly the same thing Kamakshi is holding in Kanchipuram, where she is sitting in Kanchipuram. She is having Chaturpa Samanvita. She is holding all these things in her hand. So Acharya is implying in the slokam that he is describing about Kanchi Kamakshi. Where is the name for it? He says Konat Kanchi Nama. Kanchi means there is two meanings. Kanchi means it's ornamental chain, the waist chain that ladies wear. So Kanchi Dama means Ambar is wearing a big chain where there are small monies, they are making tinkling sounds. So that is called Kanchi Dama. Another thing is he's indirectly saying Kanchi means it's Kanchipura Kshetra. So I am seeing the Swarupam that I am seeing is of Kanchi Kamakshi. He is revealing in this sloka. About Vishalakshi, Vishala Kalyani, there is a slokam in Soundarya when Acharya says about Ambar's broad eyes. Even in Lalita Sahasranama, in Dhyana Sloka, there is a Nama called Padma Patraya Kakshi. There is another Padma Nayana in Lalita Sahasranama. Padma Nayana means lotus-like eyes. Padma Patraya Kakshi means her eyes are like broad, like a Padma Patra lotus leaf. Lotus leaf is always, if you look at it, it's very broad. So, Vishalakshi, Padma Patraya Kakshi and all, it tells us that Amba's eyes are broad. And what does it actually signify? Amba's eyes are so broad that none of us can escape from her eyes. That is also an implied meaning. So where does Meenakshi's description come in Lalita Soundarya? Tava karne karne japanayana paishumya chakita niliyante toye yatamaniyesha chakarikaha iyamja shri kattas chadapura kavanam valayam jahati pratyuji ishicha vidyaya pravishati. So Acharya sees the fishes in the river. So, according to Samrika Lakshana, a woman's eye, if they are long and it's almost touching the ear, it is said to be the best feature. And Amba's eyes are like that, it is so long and as if it is looking like touching her ears. Generally, if you have seen in old novels, historic novels, and all, they would have drawn Amba's picture or any woman's picture, they would have drawn the eyes long enough, almost touching the ears. So Acharya looks, and when her eyes are moving, and for Acharya it looks like, Amma, I think your fish-like eyes are telling tales in your ears. What are they saying? Paishumya means telling tales or fishing out or little that. So what are they saying? The eyes, the fishes-like eyes are going and telling Amba's ears, see Amma, look at the fishes in the rivers, they are copying and mimicking you by going here and there. Like that, they are going and telling tales in Ambal's ears. So, the fishes in the river are scared. They are looking at Ambal without blinking. What if she takes action on us hearing the complaint from her eyes? So, they are not blinking and always looking for Ambal. What if she catches her? And also, fishes don't swim on the surface of the water. Usually, they are under the water. So, they are scared if Ambal takes action on the complaint that she receives. She comes and catches them. What will happen? So, they make them not available on the surface of water. That is what Acharya says. Generally, fishes don't breathe. Fishes don't have tails. So there's a membrane when they swim in water. The membrane will close so that the water doesn't enter their eyes. So they don't blink at all. And fishes are always moving in water. That is also a reason. In Madurai Meenakshi temple, the temple pond is called Golden Lotus Flower Pond. In Tamil, it's called Pottaramarikula. There is no fishes in the pond. It's because the real fishes are having shining here in Lacha that they can't even come near Amba's eyes, so they don't show up in the pond. Now also there is no fishes in the pond of Meenakshi Amman temple. And Acharya indirectly implies this in this sloka that the fishes don't come to the surface of the water or don't show up. But will Acharya and Bhargavis would have told just because the mere shape of our eyes as fishes, there should be a deeper meaning to it also. So, generally, a woman's eyes are compared to many things like deer-like eyes, sword-like eyes, fish-like eyes. So, if woman's eyes tend to be a sword, which sword will we take for the shape of it? There are many types of swords. A woman's eyes look like sword means it means that she has sharp eyes. And if a woman's eyes compared to deer, even in Lalita Sahasranama, there is a nama called Mridakshi. Mridakshi means deer-like eyes. Deer-like eyes says which part of deer do we take for the shape of it? It doesn't mean the shape, it means that a deer's eyes are always alert and vigilant if any tiger would attack or anything would come, so it's always alert and vigilant. Ambar's eyes are so alert and vigilant. In Tamil, we say Marunda Velikal, it's always alert. So that is called Meenakshi. And what is her fish-like eyes signify? Fishes are always moving in water. Say, for an example, a mother and a 2 or 3 year old child is going to a wedding alone, and the child is playing in the wedding hall somewhere. Where would the mother's eyes be? Wherever she is talking to, whoever she is attending, her eyes will be always on the lookout of the child. Where is he? What is he doing? Like that. But is so generally. Her eyes are moving like fishes because she wants to see every child of hers and want to give blessing. Oh, I have to bless this child. Oh, I have to bless this child. I have to bless this child. She's always looking out for her children to bless us. That is why her eyes are always moving like a fish. That is what it signifies. Acharya says in another sloka, like how fishes don't blink, Amba's eye also doesn't blink. He says, Nimeshon Meshabhyam Pralayamudayam Yati Jagati Tave Pyam Santo Dharayakara Rajanyatai Tvadummesha Jatam Jagatinam Ashesham Parayataka Paritratu Shanke Paritrita Animesha Stavadushanam. Means Animesha, Nimesham means it is the time taken to blink eyes, blink eyes. Actually, this nimisham is the root word for the English minute, the word minute. But a nimisham or a minute is not the 60 seconds equivalent that we are equating today. Actually, nimisham means the time taken for the eye to blink. And Amma doesn't even take the time because Pavitra means to protect us. To protect us, if she blinks, even at the nanosecond, in the flip second of it, if one of the child misses another, what will happen? So she's always keeping her eyes open in order to bless every child, so that no child of us, all of us, doesn't miss her 1% of anugraham or the nectar also. That is why she's not blinking her eyes. And in another sloka, Acharya says, Kavina Sandarbha Stavaka Makarantai Karasikam Kataksha Vyaksheva Bhamara Karabhu Karnaikala. Her eyes moving until the ears is compared, Acharya is saying, your 2 eyes are looking like bees. And what is happening is, Kavina Sandarbha means poets and lot of poets come and make stutis and stotras on Devi. So they present their stutis and stotras as a bouquet of flowers, and hearing, listening to their stutis, there is honey dripping from Amba's ears constantly. And these 2 brahmanas are this eye is going to Amba's ear and this eye is going to another ear and constantly trying to drink the honey that is dripping from Amba's ears. So that's what Acharya says. There are 2 brahmanas, they are coming to drink the honey in your ears. What does this mean? Ambal always listens to whatever you talk to her, whatever you say stotram, whatever you say stuti, it is always her eyes are, ears are open for our stuti so that the honey is dripping and her eyes are coming to absorb that honey means Ambal is always listening to you, whatever you say. Another slokam, Acharya says about her eyes. Ahasute Savyam Tavanainam Arthatmakataya Triyama Vamam Te Spajati Rajani Naikataya. Amba's eyes, Acharya is saying, one of her eyes is the sun and another eye is the moon. Rajani Naikataya means Rajani Naikataya is leader of night, which is moon. And Arthatmakam means it is sun. There are 2 ways of visualizing Amba. One, visualizing Ambal inside our pinda, that is our body. Another thing is visualizing Ambal in the Brahmanda, in the universe. So visualizing Ambal in our body means Ambal resides in every person as a Kundalini Shakti hidden. And when the Kundalini Shakti is raised and it breaks all the knots and the chakras, the final stage of it is we experience Shiva Shakti Aikyam inside us. That is how Ambal resides in the Pinda. How Ambal resides in an Anda, the Brahmanda means We have to visualize, imagine this entire universe as Ambaal, one big human body. And if we keep extrapolating, her eyes, the sun and moon in this universe are her eyes. There is another saying, Acharya also says, the sun and eyes are her Vakshodha. This Ravi into Sanaiya, it is said. Ravi means sun, into means moon. Another version is her tatankas, her earrings are said to be the sun and moon. Tatanka Ivali Bhuda Mandala, there is a nama in Lalita Sahasranama, which says Tapana means sun, Rupa means moon. So her earrings are so powerful and significant, and that is why Anishankaracharya installed Sri Chakram in the Tatanka of Akinandesha Ambaal in Thiruvannamalai. That is how much powerful a Tatanka is. Okay, why is sun and moon said to be her eyes or Vakshodha? Vakshodha are the ones which nourishes, which gives life to the baby. And Ambaal is feeding this entire universe using the sun and the moon. How is it? For this earth to prepare food is required for this earth. How is it prepared? It is the plants which prepare food. Right? For the plants to prepare food, the main essential thing is sunlight. And sunlight is the main reason for the plants to prepare food. Even if you have noticed, if you sow seeds in less sunlight area, it wouldn't grow. So sunlight is very important. And if you put a food chain, first plants make food, and there are of course other consumers of ecosystem like birds, animals, humans, and goes on. But the most essential thing for the plant to prepare food is sunlight. But is sunlight alone enough? If that is the case, a country like Norway, which has 24 hours of sun, should be the largest producer in this world. But it doesn't. There isn't much growing there. So, at the right time, the sunlight has to reduce and night has to come. Plants also have a circadian rhythm like us, and it needs time to absorb nutrients and it needs time to rest. And when is that happening? It is happening only when the night comes. The carbon dioxide oxygen has to happen, and required that the sunlight has to reduce so that the moon has to come. And also, a lot of Ayurvedic herbs grow and have their energy and pushti they get from the moon only. And this moon is important for the tides to happen in the ocean, in the sea. So what's happening is the tides in the ocean are very much dependent on the moon's gravitational pull on Earth. So that is why you experience high tides when you stand on a beach on Amavasya or Paurnami because of the moon's gravitational. And the tides are important for the rainfall. So moon is indirectly helping for the rainfall. Whatever we may call in science is like in precipitation, condensation, evaporation. And for the hydrological cycle of the rainfall to happen, moon is very important. And that is how Ambaal is feeding this entire universe with the sun and moon as Annapurneshwari for all of us. That is why our eyes are said to be sun and the moon. So, what should we all do to get her Kataksham? Her Kataksham is so powerful, so compassionate. What sadhana we should do? Or what sort of worship we should do to get her Kataksham? For this, we will see an experience of a devotee with Jagadguru Sringeri Bharathi Foundation, 34th Acharya of Sringeri Vidya. And we will conclude this discourse with that experience. Sringeri is a land of tapasvis. It's a land of Mahapurushas, land of Jivan Muktas. 1250 plus years of Avichinna Guru Parampara has time and again proved this world that Jivan Muktas could emerge even in this Kali Yuga. And one such Jivan Mukta, Mahapurusha, a soul incomparable beyond words, is Sringeri Bharathi Foundation. So, this experience is of a person called Sringeri Sharadha. This is happening in 1920s. So, he was basically an atheist. He wore the Western clothes, lived the Western way, And he used to ridicule whoever was worshipping the saints. Literally ridicule. He has documented in his article, which is written. So, one time, Sringeri Bharathi Mahaswami was camping near a village in Madurai. So, this Mother Sharma's friend comes and asks, why don't you come with me and have a darshan of Acharya? He said, well, I can come, but I will come like this one. I will come in Western clothes. I will not prostrate before him. And I will ridicule. You have to allow me to ridicule, and you should not interfere. If you're ready to respect me, I'm also ready to respect you. Then his friend said, never mind, you come. So they both are going where Acharya is giving darshan, and they both are going and standing. So whenever somebody prostrates or whenever somebody offers money in Guru's father, he's laughing out loud, he's making fun, he's ridiculing in the presence of Acharya. But nothing was said. Acharya was giving darshan and everybody was praying to him, and the crowd dispersed. In the end, only Sringeri Sharma and his friend was standing before Acharya in the room. And Acharya gets up and is going inside. As he was going inside, he just turned and glanced at Sringeri Sharma. Just a glance. And Sringeri Sharma records, I just fell at his feet. I didn't know what was happening to me. Profusely cried and refused to raise until such time Acharya said, please get up. And he asked Acharya, please forgive me for what I have done all these years. Just a glance. No debate, no discussion, no persuasion. That is the Lakshana of a Jivan Mukta. If a soul is designed to transform, they can just do it by a glance. And Sringeri Sharma writes, that glance, that started a new history, a new leaf in my life. And I was fortunate enough to be his Atyanta Shishya for 30 long years. And even Mysore Maharaja was jealous of this Shishya's relationship with the Guru, it seems. He has so many experiences which we cannot imagine at all. Such a blessing, such anugrahas he's got from Acharya. Once this Sringeri Sharma lost his job and he was perplexed, not knowing what to do. He was in a crisis. And he was virtually about to give up all the prayers that he was doing until then. That time, he receives a letter from Acharya. Of course, written by an attendant as dictated by Acharya. The letter says, hold the feet of mother. You will suffer, but she will never leave you. You will be blessed, don't give up. What a kind of feeling you would have had to receive this words from Acharya. Such a blessing he got. And of course, he got back all his lost glory, his lost joy. And about a few days before when Acharya was about to attain Vidya Mukti, he has a dream like he is getting Shivalinga, so a dollar from Acharya. So he goes and visits Sringeri and then has darshan of Acharya. And as he left, when he was going in the last, Acharya gives $1 to him. And he comes back. He comes back to Trivandrum. And after a few days, he learns that Acharya attained Vidya Mukti. After 1 year, on the Aradhana day of Swami, he goes to Shimoga. There he meets a person called Rama, and he has 2 Shivalingas in his hand. And he has a divine opportunity to worship and offer his praise to the Shivalinga. And he realizes, at the time of Vidya Mukti of Acharya Sringeri Bharathi Foundation, he had a dream where Mahasamidana and the Shivalinga kept sparking each other. He got a dream like that. And later he came to know that Acharya had Vidya Mukti. Now he is at Sringeri for the first year Aradhana. He goes to Sringeri. And for his surprise, the Shivalingas that he gave prayers to is brought to Sringeri, kept in a palanquin, and taken as a procession around Sahasranama temple. And that Shivalinga is being installed in Sringeri Bharathi Foundation's Adhisthana, and that is still there. Such a divine blessing he got, And he recollects, I had the divine opportunity to offer my prayers to the Shivalinga that was installed in Sringeri Bharathi Foundation. So, a complete atheist, a total atheist can be transformed into an Atyanta Shishya just by a glance, means that is Acharya. And in Lalita Sahasranama, there is a Guru Mandala Rupini. Guru Murti Gunanidhi. She is Guru Murti, she is Gunanidhi, she is Guru Mandala Rupini. And our Acharya and Ambal is no different, they are one and the same. And if Ambal wants to bless this, she will bless us directly, or Acharya is the Ambal's Urubam, she will bless us through our Acharya. And it's all takes just one glance from her. And what we have to do, we have to surrender at her lotus feet and our lotus feet of our Acharya so that we are eligible to get his blessings and Amba's blessings. So let Amba give, we shall pray to Amba that she gives that Sharanagati Bhava, that surrendering quality, that we surrender at her lotus feet and let her bless us and liberate us. Thank you for listening to the discourse. Hare Rama Parvati Patale, Hare Mahadeva.